Hey guys, today I'm going to show you the basics of making tags. These are the simplest tools you can use to make a tag. If you have other tools, you can incorporate them. But all you really need is a pair of scissors, a hole punch, which is optional too, a pencil. This is also optional. I use a crochet needle. You're going to need some sort of ribbon for the top of the tag. That is, if you punch a hole. You don't have to do that. And a ruler. So the only tools you absolutely have to have to make a tag are scissors, a ruler, and a pencil. And of course paper. I use cardstock. At least 65-pound cardstock. Now, you just need to decide how big your tag is going to be. I want to make a tag that is roughly through 2.5 inches. So I'm going to make a mark here. And here. Draw a straight line. Alright. Now I want my tag to be five inches long. Draw a line. Alright. Now, that may not be straight, but I'm going to use it. So, So, there is your most basic tag shape. Now, from here, what you want to do with it is totally up to you. Some people like to round off the corners, which you can do with scissors. Just takes practice. And if you're not good with scissors, then you grab any round object and make a line and follow the line, and you have a rounded corner. Do the same thing here. Now, here is one of your basic tag shapes. Another thing you can do is, there's a hole punch. And punch a hole. Now, you have a nice little tag. Another way to make a tag is by tapering the edges. Okay, I'm not worried about that because I'm going to take that off. Now, what you want to do is find your center point, which is right here. So we have 2.5. So the center of 2.5 would be 1 1/4. Make a little mark there. And then you want to decide, you want to come down the same amount, 1 1/4. Right here. I'm just going to do this upside down. Come down. One 1/4. Now, what you're doing is creating a 45-degree angle. they're going to connect. Alright, now you just want to cut this corner off, like so. Cut this corner off. And you can make it an interesting tag with a point, or you can pick any section. And generally what I do is I use this line here, and I just match it up to these corners. Draw a line across. Snip it off. And then you have a conventional tag. Then pop a hole, and voila, you have a tag. Now, you can expand on that, or this one, and you can use ribbons. I have two different types of ribbon. Now, let's say you want your ribbon to go from here to here. So what you would want to do is measure from here to here, and then you want about a thumb space below. That would be your center point. Fold it in half, stretch it, and it doesn't have to be exact, and then you cut. Now, I like to use a crochet hook. Now, I decide which is going to be the front. Let's say this is my front. I'm going to put this through and pull it out. I'm going to take the loop that's here. I'm going to get my thumb and index finger in it. I'm going to grab that, pull it through, and then start pulling up. You can make them as even as you want or not. You can cut that later, you can trim it, you can even take a cigarette lighter and burn, or a candle and burn the edges. But if you do burn the edges, remember to always keep the edge in the blue part of the flame, as close to the bottom of where the flame is coming out, and that way you won't singe the edge. Okay, this one, this is going to be a little too long. I want a shorter tag, so I'm going to go here, about that long, so I'm going to go about a thumb space. That's my center point. Cut that. Now, I've decided this will be my front, so I'm going to pull it through the back, like so. Just get my two fingers in there, grab the ends, pull them through, and you have a nice little tag. Now, from this point, you could do several different things to decorate it. You could just take, this is a fine point Sharpie, and you could take your ruler and just do little random stitch lines, maybe. Like so. Don't worry if they're not perfect. If you were to sew it by hand, it wouldn't come out perfect, and that's usually what you want things to look like they're done by hand, not necessarily by machine. Okay, and you could go a step farther if you like. you have the illusion of stitching. Alright, another thing you can do is use stamps. Now, everybody has one or two stamps that just doesn't seem to do well. Now, here are my scraps that I cut. What I'm using these for is because I want to see how blue comes out on that color. Now I'm going to try and wipe this off. Red. And I think I like the red best. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to line this up in the corner and give it a good press. See how it turns out. Another good idea when you're stamping is to put a piece of foam, fun foam underneath, which I just get mine like 4 to a pack for $1 at the dollar store. And then you could turn it upside down. And there you have a really nice, easy stamp. Okay, set that to the side. Now, everybody has that one stamp that, whether you like it or not, it just doesn't stamp well. This one tends not to stamp all the way through, just certain spots. So what I'm going to do, and since I like the way this blue came out, I'm going to use blue. So this is what the image should look like. And that is what it comes out with. So, because it doesn't stamp well, I've just created a nice random design for my tag or sticker, and then you can write on the back or you can decorate it if you like. I'm gonna just pop 2 of those on there just for some randomness. And if you really don't like the tag, you can always just paint over it, do anything you like. But that is the basics of how to make a couple of quick, easy tags using scissors only.